learners from YourUni, and today we are visiting one of private university in Malaysia. It was established in the year 2002 as a college, and later in 2011 it became a university. The university got a 5-star ranking from Malaysia Higher Education, and it ranks in the top 200 among Asian universities. This is Lincoln University College. Scholarship and discounts are easy to get, but it depends on your nationality and your high school certificate. I'll explain in detail on how to get the discounts later in the video. The university has many programs such as health sciences, computer science, engineering, and many more. And for today's video, we will go on tour to visit their campus. If you want to register or if you have any inquiries about Lincoln University College or any other universities, contact our counselors on the numbers down below, or you can visit our website for more information. And now, let's begin our tour. Scholarship and discounts are easy to get. It was established in the year 2002. Let's start with Faculty of Medicine. The program of Bachelor of Medicine and the Bachelor of Surgery is a 5-year course program that will give you the skills and experience that you need to become a doctor. You will study in the state-of-the-art labs and even practice with real patients. But in the beginning, you will study with a dummy. In this 5-year course, they will teach you everything that you need to know, from drawing up bloods, CPR, and even teach you in specialized fields. Come, let's go to one of the rooms. We are currently in the orthopedic room. This right here is used for recovery. So they will teach the students on how to treat patients that injured their arm. So it will strengthen the muscles in the arms. And here, they will teach the students on how to teach their patients on how to walk with the walking aid. And here, we have the orthopedic bed. They will teach the students on how to set up the bed, how to use it to treat the patients. You'll definitely get a hands-on experience if you study medicine here. Another field that they will learn is the pediatrics. So we are currently in the pediatrics room where the students will learn how to take care of the baby after the baby is born. They will learn how to hold them, wash them, and behind me here is one of the beds in pediatric wards. So it's full with safety so that the baby won't fall. And if, for example, the baby is sick with acute jaundice, the student will learn how to treat it with therapy light. So they will learn how to prepare the baby, when to flip them, how long to use the light, because Lincoln prioritizes quality. So this is all about pediatrics. Come, let's go to the Faculty of Nursing. We are here at the simulation ward for Faculty of Nursing. For those who are interested in patient care, the Bachelor of Science in Nursing is a 4-year program that combines classroom and clinical practices. You will practice with a patient dummy on how to take care of them so that you will graduate fully prepared to take care of real-life patients in hospital, clinics, or other healthcare settings. Next is the Bachelor of Pharmacy program. In this course, you will learn the science of medicine and drug therapy. You will learn how the medications are made and how it will help the patients to recover. Currently, the students are doing research with rambutan leaf. They are currently in the drying stage area, and once they are dried completely, the students will grind them and then sieve them to turn it into a powder. Once they turn it into a powder, they'll take the powder and mix it with a proper solvent using this technology. Then they have to wait 24 hours before turning it into a capsule. Then this capsule will help patients that suffers with inflammatory or in need of antioxidants. And throughout this process, They will work closely with healthcare professionals along the way. Lincoln also provide a mock-up pharmacy where students of pharmacy can learn about the medications. So they will know how it look like, how many doses they need to give patients, and how to strategically organize them. Lincoln also has Faculty of Dentistry, and it's actually one of the profound faculties here. And if your patient is dental care, the Bachelor of Dental Surgery might be the right path for you. This 5-year course will give you the hands-on learning with treating real-life patients. And the reason why this faculty is very impressive is because of the facilities. We are currently at the ground floor. They have 2 X-ray rooms and 7 surgery rooms. Come, let me show you one of the surgery rooms. In each surgery room, they are equipped with this dental chair. It's very well taken care of. It's one of the latest, so it will help the student with their learning process. The student will be guided by their lecturer or doctor throughout treating the patients. And on the first floor, they have polyclinic where Year 3, Year 4, Year 5 dental students can practice treating their patients. They have over 50 stations where students can do treatments such as scaling, root canal, extraction, and many more. In the Faculty of Dentistry, they also have a posto lab or dry lab, where each student will be given their own stations to work on. For Year 2 students, they will work on full denture. For Year 3, partial denture. For Year 4, they will work on removable appliance, and once they are in Year 5, they will work on a real case patient, just like this one. This is from real patients, outpatients that they take in. So this is called the phantom head, where Year 2 students of dentistry will practice before going on to the real patients. So they practice on how to use the instrument, which instruments to use, so that they'll be more familiar when going on to the real patient. Now we are at the wet kitchen of Faculty of Dentistry. So as we can see here, the students are working on the model for denture. This is where they carve up the stones using plaster, and then we are moving on to the trimmer station, and then this is called the oven or a pako bath, where they will cook the model and then turn it into a proper model. And then here, where the students will sit with their lecturers to go through their classroom, and as you can see over there, that is where the Year 3, Year 4, Year 5 students' collection on what they are working on. This is Lincoln University College Auditorium. This auditorium is used for meetings, events, and even convocation. This auditorium is equipped with the latest technology. They even have a projector, a surrounding sound system, and the ambience is very prestigious and professional. This hall can fit over 100 people at the same time. And just for your information, this auditorium is just built and complete just by this year. It is new and ready for the Lincoln University College students and staff to use. Now we are at the main building where the rest of the faculty holds. Here they house faculties such as business, IT, engineering, hospitality and tourism, and social science, arts and humanities. Love technology? All the program in the Faculty of Information Technology is a 3-year program that covers everything from IT, cybersecurity, data analytics, and AI. You will work with the latest technology and graduate ready to take on the IT world. For Faculty of Business, Lincoln offers a wide range of programs such as Business Admin in HR, Business Admin in Oil and Gas, Business Admin in Airline and Airport Management, Accountancy, and many more. If you love working with people, check out Lincoln's Bachelor of Hospitality Management or Tourism Management under the Faculty of Hospitality and Tourism. These programs will teach you everything you need to know regarding customer service, event planning, and managing travel experience. Graduates will continue their career development in managing hotels, resorts, in or even exclusive restaurants. For aspiring engineers, Lincoln offers several programs under the Faculty of Engineering such as Electronics and Electrical, Civil Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Aeronautics and Mechatronics. There are a 4-year program course that will teach you everything you need to know about fundamental of engineering, and you will work with real-world projects. Whether you're looking to heal people, build things, or create, Lincoln University College has a program made for you. So register now with YourUni and start your education journey towards a fulfilling career. And the reason why you need to register now is because Lincoln currently has a promotion up to 50% for students from over 90 countries such as Bangladesh, Kenya, Ghana, Indonesia, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, and many more. Contact our counselors now and we will guide you through your visa application, university application, and even airport pickup without any additional charges. I can't wait to see you in Malaysia.